Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Q&A with us, British Fest.
Gotcha.
With me, Mr. Parkin, and this guy sitting next to me, NJ.
What's up?
If you have any comments or questions, please put them down, as per usual, in the comment section below.
And a little thing I want to shout up for this Q&A is that, as you may know, I've got 117 t-shirts and I'm thinking of selling some of them. If you want to see which ones I'm selling or which shirts I own, look on our Facebook page at the collection I have, and in the comment of that picture, tell me which one you would like. Thank you very much, and let's dive into this Q&A.
I mimicked you quite well there, didn't I, actually? Did you not see?
I noticed, I was looking at it, yeah.
Yeah, we're a good tag team. Anyway, so like I said earlier, any questions in the comment section, that's the only place we will take questions from. The first one is from Renegade Man 83. What is more annoying, the CM Punk chants or WWE promoting the network and all this for $9.99?
I've got my answer.
Yeah, I've got my answer too.
$9.99. Yes, because CM Punk, of course fans are going to love him. It's like chanting The Rock, that they love him. Well, of course, it's been years since he's properly been in the WWE, but the $9.99, you just need to see one advertisement for it, and that's it.
Well, the thing is with me, it's more annoying because they've done it. I mean, I know I haven't been watching Raw a lot or at all, and you've kind of not really been watching it that much either. Well, for good reason. You know, you hear this $9.99 stuff all the time, whereas the CM Punk chants have died down a little bit. I probably will go a little bit now after the CM Punk Colt Cabana podcast and what's been shown on that, but for the long time they've kind of been dying down a little bit, whereas the $9.99 stuff is just... Ugh.
It's like every month someone new is starting to mention it. I'm pretty sure they're going to have Brock Lesnar doing it soon, you know, or they'll get someone in the Hall of Fame, which has nothing to do with the network, really. I bet they're going to have people there doing it.
I bet they have the Hall of Fame on the network for $9.99.
Yeah.
Or, if you were subscribed in November, for 0.00.
And we're on the network. It's different to your question, sorry. They have this Austin and Vince McMahon thing podcast on the network. Us in the UK failed. Could you not postpone this until we got the network? Because something as awesome as that, the two people who had the biggest feud in the WWF were back together again for a podcast. Yeah, we weren't fighting or insulting, but still.
There is a simple solution to this, NJ. YouTube. What do you think of Becky Lynch, and do you think she could be a big star with the Divas division? I think she has a long way to go. I think she's decent at best in the ring, not very good at acting, not very good on the mic, has an Irish accent which might hinder her slightly. You know, because Vincent Mann thinks a Swiss accent hinders them, so an Irish accent you'd think would be similar. Shameless. But no, I don't think she'll be a big star. I think Charlotte and Sasha Banks and Bayley could be bigger stars than Becky Lynch, but who knows how much she will improve. I mean, we don't really know just yet how much she'll improve.
I'm sorry, big in the Divas division. Karma, AJ's starting to go down a bit. You know, even, yeah, most divas that come in, sorry, I went blank there. Yeah, most that come in.
The reason why I went blank, because there's no fucking divas that you remember!
Even the one that's pale and, you know, her, that one.
Paige.
Oh, that's her name. Yeah. She's meant to be, big. She's great in NXT. Big in the WWE. Big in the Divas division. I'm sorry, you could say Ric Flair's daughter because of the Flair part. No. Karma. Oh, look at me, I'm big. I can knock everyone out. No. I'm sorry. Big in the Divas division. No.
That pale one. Come on, man. She's British. How bad does that make us look? Do you think Sarah Del Rey should come out of retirement and wrestle on the main roster? No, I think she's better off just training divas, because I don't really think she wants to be like a character on TV. I think she's the kind of person that would just prefer to train people. You know, WWE have they bring in a lot of models and stuff who need a lot of training, and who better to be trained by than Sarah Del Rey, who's quite possibly one of the best female wrestlers in the world. Who do you think WWE should give the NXT Tag Team titles to? The Vaudevillains or Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy? I don't think they should give them to neither. I think they should keep it on the Lucha Dragons, because I think the Lucha Dragons as a character and as a tag team need the belts more to mean something, whereas I think Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy are entertaining enough to not have the belts and be on TV, as are the Vaudevillains. I don't know if you've seen those little snippets they've done lately, but oh my god, they're funny.
Yes, they're still continuing that, which is good, but I'm pretty sure when they come to the WWE, they will not be as often.
The Ascension. Do you think WWE should sign top indie stars, Adam Cole, the Briscoes, and maybe Dragon Gate's Uwan Nation? I mean, the Briscoes, yeah. I mean, tag teams. Adam Cole. I think we've got enough people in WWE that are like Adam Cole, so I don't really see the point.
I've said this many times. I'm pretty sure many fans have said the same. More tag teams is definitely needed, and the fact that the Briscoes or other talents that could be coming to the WWE. So whatever name you name, as long as they're a tag team, bring them in.
RFV089. 3 questions. Given the rise of comic book movies over the last few years, shouldn't WWE have a comic book type of character to fit the current times? Yes. His name is John Cena. He is a superhero. They've got it. Is that not correct? Yeah, let's move on. Do you guys ever get a holiday? The reason I'm saying this is because you're always making videos that don't seem to take time to take a break from wrestling. Well...
Whoa, what's that noise?
That was me burping from my tea earlier. Well, I'll say this. Do you remember back in the day when we used to do like 6 or 7 videos on here, and I used to do about 6 or 7 videos on my channel? That was when we never took a fucking break. Now, we do, what, 2 videos a week? I do NXT, you do a Q&A, maybe a topical video... So really, I mean, I, for the first time in 3 years since I've started working for my dad, have actually taken some holiday. I took 4 days off in October and 4 days off to go on a holiday with my girlfriend. So this is the first year I've actually taken holiday off. So a bit of a bad timing question there, but a good one. Do you don't really do holidays, do you? You're
Not at the moment.
A bit of a workaholic, aren't you?
I like to work. The thing about this, because I want to stick to this question, this video, because... I do think it's a shame that our amount of videos has been cut down, because even though we're not doing as much, I still love recording videos and doing my stuff and entertaining stuff. But yeah, with the way the product's going and people who are bashing the product are still recording videos, it just goes against the point. But holiday, how about we just stop doing videos?
What? Just have a massive holiday?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, we have the Q&As. I still do NXT. I still have a you know, a flame passion for that. But you know, what do we really want to talk about WWE? I mean, what's the point if all we're going to do is moan about it? I mean, I just don't see the point in talking about it. I mean, with NXT, I do moan sometimes, but it's more because I actually really give a shit about it and I want it to be better. Whereas stuff like TNA I've just given up on it. Raw and SmackDown, I've just given up. I have no passion for it anymore. So what's the point?
And this is the point, because we're not saying we're going to stop the British Fist, because obviously we still get some enjoyment out of it. But with the product, after a couple of years, getting to a point now when we're realising how bad it's getting for hardcore fans, as people like to call us, it is coming to a point where we're saying the same thing in our videos. You know what we're going to say. You can predict what we're going to say. You know the outcome of the video. We know what you're going to put in the comment section. So... I'm sorry, guys. It's just questionable right now.
Well, the very few comments we get in our comment section anymore. Do you know what? Do you know what I think could be a good business opportunity for us, NJ?
We buy the WWE.
No, because we could not afford that. Would be to see if there are any British porn industries that want to buy our name, British Fist. That would be interesting. We don't have a trademark for it, but we do have a YouTube channel. Hey, business opportunity. I'm just saying. Only joking. Thoughts on Batista being rumoured to play the villain in the next James Bond film? Yeah, it's confirmed now. I mean, this question would have been asked a couple of weeks ago, I'd imagine, but this has now been confirmed. I saw this on Twitter. It's a big role for Batista.
Think of it. The Rock's in Hercules, Doom, Scorpion King, but when it comes to James Bond, an actual proper big movie series given to Batista, not The Rock, this is a freaking big deal, and I wouldn't be surprised if, because of the Guardians of the Galaxy, James Bond, if he would come back now.
Why would he want to come back? I mean, he's got a massive role in movies, which is less painful, less dates. So it's like The Rock. I mean, why would you come back for a long period of time and rather than do movies? I mean, he's now a big-time movie star. I mean, he's just his performance in Guardians of the Galaxy has got him this role. So what's the point?
You're stuck now.
That's the problem with the wrestling business. It's like, you know, you can, even if you make a big star, they'll just go off and do something better.
As we hear from Miz on a weekly basis.
And his stunt double, Miz Dow.
Hollywood star, yeah.
Hollywood Z-list stars, I think they're called. Jack Mellon. What do you think of the NXT talent? This is an interesting question, because about 2-3 years ago, I thought the talent in NXT and the pool of talent it had was very good. And now I look at it, and I do see talent there. I just don't see any breakout main event stars. I see guys like Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, Tyler Breeze, The Ascension, Hideo Itami, Finn Balor. I see people like that, and even Kevin Steen that's coming in. I don't see anyone out of there that is going to break through as a main eventer. Then again, I said this about Seth Rollins. I never thought Seth Rollins would be a main event guy, and it seems like he kind of maybe is right now.
I think with the NXT, I think it's good that more and more's coming in, but they're from what I see, they're the same kind of build and style. You haven't got one that you could straight away back main event.
The only one I can think of is Baron fucking Corbin. 6'8". Basically, they made him into like a Goldberg who basically beats people in 20 seconds to the point where the fans are actually counting the time it takes for him to beat an opponent.
And then when it comes to the WWE, R-Truth's going to beat him.
Oh, in about 20 seconds, probably. But yeah, the NXT talent pool is good. I'm just not seeing any breakout stars. That's all I'm going to say on that. Cricket Sam 64. How disrespectful are the IWC for not giving Stardust the credit he deserves? Well, what do you expect? It's not a serious gimmick, so of course the IWC aren't going to give it the respect that it deserves.
I think the biggest part for me, I still enjoy his time as Stardust now, but not as much as Cody Rhodes, IC champion, a guy who you thought after the legacy, after the IC run, should be in a better place. But now he's like took a step back because the WWE must have other ideas for him, or more for the other guys who are ahead of him. So I can see why fans are questioning Stardust.
Robert Hernandez, what if JBL went back to wrestling? I mean, the guy took a bump from Bray Wyatt and was down for 10 minutes, so I don't really see why he should come back to wrestling personally.
I've said this multiple times. I think for surprise factor, because of most wrestlers have been commentators, have gone back to wrestling, I would love to see, apart from Alex Riley, I would love to see JBL just run into the ring, apart from that stupid Rumble thing that he had, and clothesline from hell someone.
Maybe one match. One little pay-per-view match, perhaps.
Again, Cena, screw Cena. Yes!
Going back to 2005. Revenge for that. Wrestling's real! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. This is going to be some seriously hardcore wrestling question.
Come on.
Do you think Roman Reigns is ready for the world title?
In WWE's eyes, yes. In fans' eyes, like myself, the WWE forced him to be ready for it, but I don't think he is.
I don't think he's necessarily ready for it. I just think it's got to the point now where WWE want to push him. They want to actually cash in on the guy, and there really isn't anyone else they feel they could put the world title on at this present moment in time that is going to be in the company for the next 10 to 20 years. So that's why WWE think he's ready for the world title. RFV089. Mr. Parkin, did you watch the 2014 Ryder Cup, and if so, what were your thoughts on it? All I can say about it is, get in the hole! We kicked your ass, USA! Fuck you! Question 2. Does having guys work 300 days a year hurt their characters as well as make fans tired of watching them? Well, let's start off with this. Having guys work 300 days a year, how jaded are you going to be working 300? How unmotivated are you going to be to work 300 days a year in wrestling? Not you, who works 360 fucking 8 days a year.
My answer to your question and your question is, I think now, yes, I think it is pretty heavy, but in the past, which is quite questionable because it's lighter than what it used to be, wrestlers like The Rock, I'm sure would have never given up. Austin would never have given up. He would have kept on doing it, but now, yeah, just like, yeah, I could do with a break, yeah. Apart from Cena, never gives up.
And CM Punk. 300 days a year, it does hurt their character because we see them on a week-in, week-out basis. One of the reasons why, like, the Hogan character and the Andre the Giant character and all those characters from the Golden Era were interesting was because we only saw them on TV, like, a certain amount of times a year. And there was only 4 pay-per-views. And at the time, before that, there was only 1 pay-per-view, and that was WrestleMania. So, you know, it's the evolution of TV and the evolution of the business, and it does hurt their character. I mean, if you see CM Punk every week, however good he is, he's still going to get tiring. Like Bray Wyatt. I mean, you see him now every day for a year, and, you know, again, eventually that character's just gone from, like, the hottest thing to being...
Like I said, we're naming wrestlers from the now era.
Yes.
Like The Rock, I'm pretty sure we can never say, "Oh, I'm sick of seeing The Rock." Like Triple H, I couldn't. Austin, you couldn't. So I think now we can say it to wrestlers now, but in the Attitude Era or that period of time,
because they were very strong characters. That's
There we
why
go.
the fan. Mick Foley, another one you couldn't get sick of.
yes,
You know, so those were very strong characters that even today and doing 300 days a year, you wouldn't get sick of the guys. The only reason people got sick of The Rock because they knew he was a fucking part-timer. Really, wasn't it? If he came back full-time, people wouldn't get sick of him.
when he came to Hollywood, yeah, go forward, yeah.
Do you think it's kind of stupid Dolph Ziggler calls himself the show-off, yet he doesn't show off?
Headstand.
I mean, I couldn't do a headstand. Well, I think it's got to the point in time where WWE need to give him a character. The whole show-off thing worked when he was a heel, sort of. It doesn't really work too much now. They need to give him a specific character, otherwise he's just going to be bland babyface number 65.
But now I see him as a 5-hour energy guy because the way he moves in the ring, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, yeah, like that. That's what he's like.
And
And
that's why you're going to punch me for a minute.
No.
You know. Howard Starr. If you could do a switch, Vince McMahon to run TNA and Dixie Carter to run WWE, who'd win?
Vince,
Oh boy.
Vince would help out.
Dixie Carter would kill WWE in the first week. Vince McMahon... Do you know, I don't even want to answer this question because it's just too boggling.
I want to throw someone in the mix here. Vince Russo.
Vince
To
Russo...
do both.
What?
To do both. Run both. Yep. 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 That's my idea. My idea, see. Add that to your questions.
The only person in the YWC that would let Vince Russo run TNA and WWE simultaneously. Oh boy. Rapids, aka the Neon Brick. Who do you think would be better off at TNA than WWE? So a WWE guy that would be better off in TNA.
Batista! But he's in movie business.
Dolph
so-
Ziggler.
Randy Orton. He's done everything in T. Well, I can't. Yeah.
So Dolph Ziggler is one of them. I think Cesaro would be better in TNA. I think Seth Rollins would be better in TNA. Suits their style a little bit more. I think the Usos would be better off in TNA. Maybe. It's hard to say. Like mid-card guys, maybe Tyson Kidd would be better off in TNA. You know, they'd make a big deal out of his association with Bret Hart, just like they did with Chavo Guerrero. Yeah, Can't really... there's a couple we can name off the bat. Jibri Bell, the last two questions of this Q&A. What are your top 3 dream promo segments?
So 2 wrestlers in the ring against each other.
Stone Cold and CM Punk, because we haven't seen it.
No, they ruined that.
I know they ruined it, but we haven't seen it, and I think that would be kind of cool.
We got a slight feeling. I'd say Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman. We got a slight.
We did,
but probably not.
3 dream promo segments: Mick Foley and
Dean Ambrose.
Terry Funk. I don't know. Did they have a promo segment? I don't really remember. Ric Flair and The Undertaker. They did do a program, didn't they? It's hard to say because a lot of these. What about like a Sting? Sting and Taker. Never really saw that, did we?
Okay.
There's a lot. You just can't think of many off the top of our head. Is there anyone you would like to see Mick Foley feud with? Who would it be, and how would you book it?
Back in weight, back in wrestling form, I think with his going through fire tables and barbed wire, it suits Dean Ambrose. But that's like too obvious there. But
I think Bray Wyatt would be better off for you than Mick Foley personally. But I mean, they did do a thing with him and with Mick Foley and Dean Ambrose at one point, but they dropped it. I'd say that you'd want to give it to like someone who's on a bit of a roll. Mick Foley feuding with Bray Wyatt. I mean, I know he's not on a massive role right now, but he is one of the stronger characters in the WWE who you'd want to really invest in.
Because we've seen Mick Foley who brings people up ready for the main event, so I think those two are the ones that stand out. I'm sure there's other names, but them two match Mick Foley's character.
Yes. Anyway, thank you very much once again for watching another Q&A on a Wednesday with us, the British Fist.
Coaching.
It's fucking cold in here, NJ, so I'm just going to let you do the outro.
Thank you very much for watching, YouTubers. I'm sorry if we have upset you by talking about us stopping doing what we're doing, but come on now. People blame it on the December period. I blame it on the fact that the WWE just don't always know what they're doing, apart from with certain wrestlers in certain moments. But YouTubers, please share your thoughts for the answers we've given to the questions, and obviously any questions you have for our future Q&As. Thank you very much for watching. Tune in for our next Q&A. And this has been a lot of fun again. Thank you very much for watching, YouTubers, and goodbye.